I am always as your Jesus.
That's terrible. Nah.
As always, I am one of your co-hosts, Ticks and Leeches, or Jake.
I am Austin.
No, you went out of order. Went out of order.
Oh,
Restart.
God. Oh God, shit.
No,
my
restart.
Bad.
Jake,
See what I
intro.
mean? I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
That actually will make a great blooper intro.
Oh yeah, so Craig, just introduce yourself, I guess. And then...
Craig.
I like it.
I'm short and to the point. Hi, it's me. Hello.
Awesome.
Well, I already introduced myself. I thought we were going to bring it back and post.
Oh, hi. Welcome to the podcast. This is my friend, Michael.
Podcasting?
Yeah, you can be a guest if you want. We really don't mind.
I'm just coming in hot. Tell you guys, fine. I'm downloading Tarkov.
Oh my God!
You heard it here first, folks.
This is podcast material!
This is nut-busting material, internet. Excuse me.
You guys have won because I'm sick of getting my aspirated. Excuse my language.
Okay,
Black Ops now.
well, since
for the record, I'm sorry that they pushed you so much.
He's not sorry.
I am
I
not
feel like
at
a
all
girl on
in the
prom who's
slightest.
pressured.
Behind the
but all right.
scenes, he's like the Geppetto pulling our strings, and I know Geppetto's not the man pulling the strings.
Right,
He's
that's
Stromboli, but-
behind the scenes, though. I got to keep my public figure looking good, you know.
Or was it the constant pressure I was putting on you?
No, it was the fact that I got pissed off at all you guys, tried to take a nap, and I was laying here going, I'm just going to f***ing shut him up.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Better way to do it than that?
yeah,
There isn't one.
He's got a point.
So am I going to get canceled on this for the amount of language I'm using, or am I that guest?
No,
Throws
no.
in sentence enhancers. You're fine.
We're allowed to have 2 F-bombs per video, and every
I've used
other
mine.
one
I already used mine, and I've been here for a minute.
Well,
No,
no,
you're good.
Jake can edit them out. He'll
Yeah.
do like the dolphin.
Sentence enhancers.
You should actually do
since,
the death clock one.
since Moore is here, I'm gonna do the intro a little different. Not the intro, but I'm just gonna. So.
Wait, are we at? Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
We're recording, but we can edit anything that's
Yeah.
weird. I'm just gonna introduce you all by name, and then when I say your name, just say hello.
And then more, if you're curious, if you watch Jake's stream, it's like a bullet point list of what the podcast is about. It's just video game shit, but
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Well, I guess fuck it. I'll give it a shot at
Okay.
shit.
As always, I am one of your co-hosts, Jake Ticks and
But you are
Leeches,
the host.
joined by we're co-hosts because we're all part of the podcast.
Wouldn't
Joined
it be
by
co-host.
co-host.
I'm
There you go.
Joined by Austin,
That's me, the autonomy lost.
Craig or Craig Christ,
Yo.
Michael Meyer,
Hey,
and our surprise guest, Michael Moore, who finally broke down and bought Tarkov because we would not shut up about it.
Peer pressure.
I am here as peer pressure works. Hello.
So today in this podcast, we're going to be talking about 3 main things. As usual, we'll probably get a little off track, but we're mainly talking about the upcoming Tarkov patch/wipe. We're going to be talking about the Resident Evil 4 remake, and we will also be talking about the very touchy subject Starfield. So popping off right into it. Let's look at the what we know so far of the patch that's coming to Tarkov, starting with
Thursday.
it actually I don't know if it's Thursday, but
It's the 30th, which is Thursday.
Yeah.
Look at the
So
calendar.
yeah, I think it is going to be Thursday. I think that's actually, I don't have that on the bullet points, but that's a good thing to
And
start off
correct-
with. I think it's going to be the 30th on Thursday.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This wipe, we're getting offline co-op.
We are, yeah. We're going to be getting offline co-op
See,
only
it's the
for
perfect time.
EOD members, though. That's the controversial topic.
Let's talk about
Nikita,
that.
Nikita
Of us,
said,
but more will
Yeah.
have access to that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
more.
so the guy who needs to learn how to play the game just gets to get thrown into the wolves. Okay.
you can
Well, if
still
you
do
just spend more
offline, you
money.
just can't do it with friends. And
Oh,
he did
yeah.
say that he thinks, he actually didn't confirm this, which I find quite alarming. He said that it is a possibility it will come to all the other membered accounts later on, but he didn't say that it will for sure. And the reason I find that alarming is because he straight up said that when they release 1.0, like when the game fully releases, EOD will no longer be available to purchase. So it is only for people who purchase the game in beta.
Which makes sense because that's what has all the DLC and everything for
Right,
included
but
with it.
if if that's going to be the
fact.
case, they have to include offline for everybody, because they can't just be like,
Right.
well, if you didn't buy it in beta, you don't have that. Sorry, sucks to suck.
Right, and I think another
They could.
glaring issue, though, maybe it's not an issue. Well, I don't know. It's just a problem I have with it is the fact that it's an unfinished game, and there's an edition that costs $150 goddamn dollars. You know what I mean?
And we all paid for it, except for more.
Yeah,
I didn't know about that part. Rough.
Well,
Oh, no, we like it. So.
Well, yeah,
It's worth it, but
yeah, I mean, we've gotten our time out of it for sure. I mean,
I'm sure.
Yeah, and we're
But,
definitely nowhere near done. There's still
God, no.
so much coming to the game.
Yeah, I actually just uninstalled it.
What do you do?
But yeah, and like they're doing that with Arena too, if I remember correctly. Arena will only be available to EOD members. And it's that's what it is, right? I got to make sure that I'm Is that the truth? I don't want to just
we don't
that.
have to. I mean,
Arena will be available to everyone, but it will be free to people that have EOD. Anybody else that doesn't have EOD will have to purchase it, but Nikita said, and I quote, it won't be too much. So my guess is it's going to be like a $20
my only
cost.
problem is you're making DLC for a game that's not finished. That's it's just like the game's still in beta. I think it would be like, I don't know, as much as I like new game modes coming out, I don't want to say it sounds scummy, but it kind of seems scummy with the fact
it's a little shady, but I mean,
they're trying to keep interest in the game.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened was that they straight up did not expect the levels of success that it has had.
Yeah.
Like as far as I am aware, and I could be horribly misquoting, but I think that the player base when it first came out was like 30,000 or less, and were like last wipe there was over 200,000 concurrent players, and every wipe since it's just been getting higher and higher.
Yeah.
Which is great because obviously they keep supporting it. They keep throwing shit
but they
at
got into a position where they were like, oh my god, we were just kind of hoping we had this small group of people that would help us with bugs until we get this game ready, but now we have like massive player base that's like, we want this to be the game, and it's not the game.
Well, yeah, and I guess that makes sense why it's been taking so long. But it'd be really nice to. I mean, I think I mentioned this in our first episode, but I really want to see the finished product, and I want to know how long it's going to take, because at this point, I'm still like, I've mentioned it before, I think, but I'm still almost skeptical. Like, is the game even going to come out? Like,
well, yeah, because they were saying forever ago they want it to be like by the end of the year, and I'm like, no, that's not going to happen.
Look at how long it takes them to release new maps, and the newest one coming is going to be Streets. But then how many other maps are there? Because I know there's
not only that, but the expansions to the maps. So when they release the maps, like Nikita has even specifically said about Streets. When he's did I say that weird? Oh well.
Yep.
About Streets.
No, it's all right.
He says
a hard one.
That was good. I appreciate that.
This is hard.
That was good.
He's been saying that when Streets does launch, it's the first iteration, implying that it's only going to be either a section or there's going to be a lot of features that are not in it right away. Which is somewhat understandable because, we have to remember the game is in beta, but at the same time...
With the exception of maybe Labs, I feel like all their maps have done that. I mean, Custom's got an expansion, Reserve got the Underground,
Factory even, which I didn't really expect, and
Factory,
I actually
Woods.
think it... Woods.
Shoreline? I don't think Shoreline has got...
Shoreline did. Shoreline did not originally have the resort.
Oh,
which is like the main thing in Shoreline now, so... Before we get too ahead of ourselves, what I want to do is I'm going to ask more something, and then instead of going bullet point by bullet point, I'm going to read them all off, and then we'll just have like a general discussion instead of just doing one topic. But first off, I don't want to take away from the big deal that is more getting Tarkov for the first time. I wanted to ask you, Michael, what's your opinion of the game? I know you've seen some YouTube videos and you're mainly a controller player on PC, but what are your reservations and, you know, I guess hopes going into the game? Because you sound like you definitely think it's going to be like almost like a first time Dark Souls experience where you're really not going to enjoy it. But yeah, just curious what you think about it.
Well, going into the game, I mean, I've watched a lot of YouTubes and I've watched your guys' streams before, and it looks like a blast. My biggest reservation is I've never really played games on keyboard before, so that's a whole new learning experience. And then getting, well, not being able to go play customs offline with you guys and being able to go experience the game, not getting slayed by all you tryhards.
You're gonna suck at first, but we all.
I'm well aware.
Suck.
You're adding on the extra suck of my fingers don't know what key I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sitting there trying to shoot a guy, going, "Where's the joystick? I don't know what I'm doing here."
Where's the joystick attachment for my keyboard?
Damn it, the A key doesn't turn me left.
I think you'll figure it out.
No, I'll get it figured. That's my biggest reservation, and I don't know. It seems like it's going to be a blast. I'm excited to give it a shot, and honestly, as long as I make it out of one raid alive, I think I'll walk out happy.
Oh, that'll definitely happen.
You probably will.
Eventually, I mean, maybe about December, post-wipe. We'll see.
Oh, no, it gets harder the longer the wipe goes on.
Oh, yay.
Well, yeah, because all the, you know, like you were saying, the tryhards, especially the streamers, like, for example,
I mean,
like
great,
the leveling system is very slow compared to most games, and I think the highest I've ever got was level 36, and now the capital requirement, which is the supposed quote-unquote end game goal, where you have this, because you have secure containers, and what you put in there, even if you die, that stays with you. And the Kappa container is almost the size of a small backpack, but you only get it by getting through almost all of the main quests. And with the last wipe, they made a level requirement for it, level 62.
Good
and
God.
I've literally never gotten that. But the streamers and the tryhards, like Pestilli is one of my favorite ones to watch. Which, by the way, that's a good guy to look up more if you're curious. He has all sorts of quest guides and stuff like that.
Videos.
But he will do live streams that he'll literally get Kappa within the first few days of the wipe, which is, I don't want that to alarm you, because it's like, say, you know, 500,000 people are playing the game, maybe 5,000 people can do that. So it's not like people are going to have Kappa within the first week.
Yeah,
but
playing Tarkov is his job, so obviously he's going to know how to play it.
No, and I guess the other thing you asked, I mean, my opinion of Nikita I formed just from what I've heard you guys say and seeing his tweets and shit. I think he probably is enjoy the game.
No, he is literally. This is a direct quote from Nikita. I did not design the game for you to have fun. I designed it for you to feel something. What he wants us to feel, I have no earthly idea.
I feel like he's just slowly leading us to the dark side of the Force with this game, and we're all going to turn out Sith Lords.
He wants you to feel pure, unadulterated terror. Because, like, if you have a graphics card and you need to get out, and in between you and the extract, you hear a million PMCs fighting. What the like that level of fear and of that, oh shit, I need to get out of here with this. I need this fucking item.
So
it is a goddamn rush.
Will the game hear me poop my pants the first time someone buzzes a fucking sniper round over my head? Or?
Well, if you VoIP your poop, then yes, it will.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure next. I'll just
type in over your head. It'll go right into your brain. That's...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bullet will come out of your monitor and hit you in the head. That's how it works.
Now that we got Moore's opinion, I'll go ahead and read off the main stuff that we know that's coming. And Nikita has said that, as always, there's stuff that they won't tell us about until we get the patch notes, because he wants to surprise us with some stuff.
Surprise me with the KSG, Nikita.
Surprise, Courier 6133 gets level max off the start.
There is some rumored weapons. One of them specifically is the AUG. So
Yeah, it's not the KSG.
it is
so
not, but we could get it. You never know. But anyway,
Better.
what I got here is we're going to be getting flare guns that will have different types of flares that that call in different types of airdrops, and also the airdrops are now going to be based on a I'm not sure what you call it. There's going to be different types of airdrops is what I'm trying to say. There will be like medical ones, there will be gear ones, there will be rations ones, kind of like the supply crates, but there'll be airdrops. And there's only going to be one flare, I believe, that'll actually work for calling stuff in at first, because he plans to have different functions for him eventually. There's going to be 3 new special slots in your inventory, kind of for like the compass, the rangefinder, and he said eventually walkie-talkie sets.
Oh, nice.
And I believe, just like the compass and stuff, those should be things that can't be looted. So once you get those, you got them. You don't have to worry about losing them. There's going to be the night vision has been improved / reworked, and there's going to be finally working IR lasers and flashlights for NVG.
Nice.
There is going to be Big Pipe. He's going to be a roaming boss. I believe the other 2 bosses that are kind of like part of his gang are coming as well. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be in a group together or if they're separate, and I could be wrong. Maybe the other ones aren't coming, but I think they are. And he's called Big Pipe because he carries a big pipe. He carries the 6-round grenade launcher, which is going to be the only physical way to get it in game. You can only loot it for him. You're not going to be able to sell it on the flea. You're not going to be able to find it in a mark room. He's going to be the only one who has it. And as far as I know, you're not going to be able to farm him either, because he's a roaming boss. Depending on the time of day in Tarkov, he will be on several different maps. And
really?
he's supposed to have very different spawn locations as well. So it's not like,
Jesus.
you know,
So he's
on
just like,
customs.
it's just like an extra boss that you could run into at any point on
Exactly.
any map.
So I think
Just
he's
to keep
supposed
you a
to
little
be...
more on edge.
Well, yeah, and he's got a grenade launcher. So if you see him, you're going to panic, because they showed that thing off, and it's going to be devastating.
So how many YouTube videos are you going to get out of me screaming like a little girl as we try and
Countless.
Probably quite a few.
You're going to get famous, buddy. You're
I mean,
lucky.
I've probably gotten like 4 or 5 videos alone just off Michael farting.
Oh.
So you screaming is going to be
It's
gold.
content in itself, which is great.
But
Oh my god.
Jesus
Someone
Christ.
just shit their pants.
I think it was Michael.
Did you just shit your fucking pants? That's
That was like
me
perfect
the time,
time. But anyway, we're also going to be getting the Lighthouse expansion, but they did say the trader is not going to be there right away. He said it's going to work a little differently. I'm not really sure what he's planning on doing with this, because he said the trader won't be there. The expansion will be open to everybody, but at a certain point it will be blocked off, which we knew beforehand we were going to need like some sort of access to it. I'm assuming like a key card.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're planning on, like, you know, maybe it's a surprise that the trader is there in like a quest line. But I don't understand why they're going to. Well, actually, you know what? We'll get into that in a minute. I'm going off on the topic, but anyway, we're getting a bunch of new weapons. We're getting a new Lapua Bolt sniper that'll shoot the 338 Lapua, and it'll also come with a, not on the gun, but there will be a suppressor attachment available to it that will also go on to the Mjolnir Mark 18 that we have already. We're getting a brand new BP AK, because God knows in a Russian military game we needed a 70-second AK rifle.
They don't have a lot of. They have a lot of 5.45 AKs. Their 7.62 AKs are kind of lacking.
Right. It's basically the mutant, except the mutant without the mag looks kind of like an M4, but this one looks like an actual AK.
Nice.
Then we're also getting the Benelli M3 shotgun and the entire G36 family. And it says, they said and more, so there's definitely some surprise ones in there for us as well. We have no idea what they are, though.
Good God.
Scavs are going to get quests now. I don't know. I think they're daily quests, so that'll incentivize people to do their scavs more.
Well, and will that XP go to your PMC, or is it like...
I believe it'll be for your scav rep. So if you have like bad scav karma, you can do a scav quest and get that.
Like if you're me and you shot Santa in the face 12 times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's going to be new voices for both Bear and USEC. The Bear voices are going to be some broken English ones, which should be funny.
Definitely going to pick that one.
New movement based on weapon sides. I don't know why I wrote slides. And there's going to be a new sidestep. Like the sidestep now where you just kind of pop open with your whole body, you'll be at more of an angle and it'll actually look like a more heavy-duty lean instead of an actual slide. And then there's going to be new starter clothes for both Bear and USEC. There's the special item slots. We talked about that. AMD FSR is coming, which is basically NVIDIA DLSS, but if you have AMD. And then we're getting a heap of new streamer items, including the big one that I noticed was Dr. Disrespect is getting a red, like, P.A.K.A. looking vest, which I'm actually pretty excited about. But that is generally what is coming with the patch. There's obviously probably a couple things I missed, and there's definitely stuff that Nikita plans on surprising us with. But that is the general gist of what we're getting with this wipe.
I wonder how big that update's going to be, because that sounds...
It does sound a lot bigger than the last one, but I feel like the last 3 major patches we've had, we've always been like, oh my god, this is going to be such a big and nice patch, and then...
Yeah, I don't know how the game is so small. They keep adding stuff to it, but
I don't understand it either.
My computer says it takes like barely, like, I think barely even 30 gigabytes of space on my SSD.
Maybe it has something to do with the older engine. I mean, I know
it's got to be
Unity
something to
2019 now, but still.
Yeah, it's got to have something to do with the Unity engine.
So what do you guys think? Is there anything specifically that I named off that you're like excited to see what happens, or are you just excited for the wipe? Like, what's your feelings on it?
I'm just ready for a wipe.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm gonna go Bear this wipe again. You've got broken English now, so I can kind of understand what I'm saying, and AKs. Because I'm not gonna lie, I love me some AKs. When you said that they're adding a new BP AK, like,
yeah, I just hope it's somewhat attainable. Because like right now, I think I have several traders to level 3, and I still can't buy the mutant.
Yeah, well,
like
I haven't even fucking used that thing. I mean, I've seen it. I've been shot at with it from.
I was surprised last wipe they didn't just give you one from the get-go. Just let you try it.
Yeah, because didn't they do that with the Scar?
No.
No, yeah, they did. They gave us a free Scar. I remember that because I
saw like Christmas maybe.
Was it for Christmas? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I didn't say that sounds like it's Nikita letting you enjoy his game, which we already established is not the point.
Exactly.
That is very true. I'm personally, I don't know about you guys, but one of the things that I'm oddly really excited about, I wouldn't necessarily say oddly, but is the new variance in movement, because that's one thing I've always felt about Tarkov, especially when you see the AI scavs, and I don't know if they're going to change as well, but like when you see people move in the game, it looks very video gamey. And the game is so much, I mean, obviously it's a video game, it can only be so realistic, but the game prides itself on having so many realistic mechanics, and then that just always, I wouldn't say breaks my immersion, I always thought that would be I'm just really excited for it. I hope it actually looks cool.
They showed a video of like showing the before and after of the old and new movement, or
I don't believe that they showed a before, but they did show little clips that had the visuals of the improved movement, and it's very hard to tell, but if you really look, you can see, and it's heavily based off the like size of your weapon. No, it's based on how many slots the weapon takes up. For example, like one of the biggest ones is like for a 2-slot weapon, say you had an MP7 that didn't have like a suppressor on it, when you run, he'll actually, pull a Call of Duty and hold it up instead of just, running from side to side. And they also showed that when you're, say if you're running in a straight line but you're kind of like curving, like you're trying to make a circle with your movement, your character will actually, like, his top half will kind of lean towards the direction you're running now too. So just little things like that. I think that's, I've always said that in games is, it's in the details. Like, it's totally unnecessary most of the time because a game is fun. It's going to be a fun game, but the details are what really get me. That's one of the reasons I love Red Dead 2 so much, is because that game is just detail city. Everything is detailed in that game, and that's what really immerses you, and just, you forget what time it is and you just get lost playing the goddamn game.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Craig? What are you thinking?
Think that topic change. The monkeys on Ascension in Black Ops 1 Zombies are pretty, they can be pretty challenging at times.
You know what?
How they show up every few rounds.
Take
your perks.
They should add those to Tarkov. Zombie monkeys.
Yeah, they just walk up and stole your backpack with your graphics card and your other, all your other loot in it. And catch me if you can. Just kidding.
Like an actual, oh fuck, what was it? I think it was one of the Diablo games. I think it was probably Diablo 3. Had like an actual fucking loot goblin, and like everywhere he ran, he would drop gold and shit. They should do that. They should have like a fucking Slav guy running around with like a big bag.
And they're called rats.
Yeah, and they're just he's dropping rubles everywhere. Well, no, but see, the idea is that if you kill him, then you can take all of his loot and then not have like negative 1.5
scav karma. Yeah. Yeah, that's scav karma. I don't know. That's a joke.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I kind of like that it gives. I mean, like the second they introduced it, we did start to notice a lot more communicate. Well, I think that's more of a VoIP thing, actually, the more I think about it. But like,
there kind of died off a little bit. Like, I mean, you still hear VoIPing, but after everybody had their fun with it, I feel like it's far less often that I actually hear people, like me especially, like when somebody VoIPs me in the game, I just shut up and because I don't want to give away where I'm sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, I'm always just a dumbass that will try to talk to people.
Mm-hmm. I like.
You're saying I shouldn't be friendly to everyone I meet.
Well, Craig and I try.
It pays off sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. Like it's really kind of like if you've ever seen videos of people VoIPing on DayZ, it's like it's a 50-50 shot. Some people act super friendly, and then as soon as you turn around, they'll pop you in the head. But then sometimes people are really nice and they'll actually help you or give you stuff.
See, that's why we have you, Jake, because you're our wild card. Because while we're sitting there communicating with them, trying to make friends.
Yeah, you just kill them.
Yeah, you just kill them for us.
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't
it's like,
take any chances. No thanks. What about you, Meyer? What are you thinking? You got any things you're excited about or thoughts on any of that?
I'm excited to try out the new gun now.
Which one?
That new AK.
Yeah, if we can get it. I'm assuming since it's a BP AK, it's probably going to be like the mutant, where it's really hard to attain.
I don't really know a lot of my guns, so when they say the G36 family, I know the assault rifle, the G36. Isn't that like a British assault rifle or some shit like that?
I think it's kind of like almost kind of like the AK, where there's several variants of it. But as far as I know, they will all be ARs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just know the one that's been in Call of Duty, and that's it.
Yeah, the one that I remember was in the original Modern Warfare. I used that gun all the time. Oh, video games were so much better when we were kids. Like, what happened to Call of Duty? That could be a whole podcast right there. What fucking happened to video games and like shit? Because it's
greed.
Yeah, it is. It's greed because and it's not me being a jaded old man, because I have old games on my PC like Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Diablo 2, and when I go back and play those games, it's like, no, yeah, these were actually fucking better than games we have now. It's like,
they hold up in Black Ops 1, for example.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when Jake, I think Jake bought me the DLC, and I never played Call of the Dead because I was always that kid that would buy the first map pack and then like none of the other ones.
This is all I need.
And then yeah, I literally tried Call of the Dead for the first time. Oh, whenever Jake, when did we last play that? Wasn't that like 6-8 months ago? It wasn't like
Yeah,
that
it's
long
been.
ago.
I think we were living
Actually, you
together
know what?
still at the time.
Well,
It was a
yeah, and
while
if
ago.
hold on, I have my Steam open. Let me check to see when the last time we played it was. Oh wow, September 26th of 2020. Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh
mine
my
says
God, dude, we
October
played it.
10th of 2020. So yeah, it was right around that time.
Yeah, we. Oh
I
my
got you guys
God.
beat. I probably haven't played that since 2014 when you guys were playing it on Xbox 360.
Yeah,
What game was that?
Ah, the good old
Black
days.
Ops.
The original Black Ops.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I haven't played that since 360 days either.
Yeah, I was
God.
telling Jake earlier, I feel like I peaked as an adult, roughly 2012 when I made it to round 60 on my own. It was all downhill from there.
It's all after that. Yeah, that was
Oh,
king those days. God,
yeah, I
so
felt on top of the
back
world,
then.
and man, ever since it's just been bills.
Downhill.
No,
I feel
but
ya.
seriously, Craig. Other than Black Ops monkeys, what do you think about the patch? Is there anything that stood out to you?
I just
that-
want the KSG.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
this guy wants his KSG.
Really?
give
As
him
the
all
guy
the
who owns a
shotguns.
KSG,
I own
he
one.
wants the KSG.
Yeah, I own
Surprising.
one. I love one. I love shotguns. That's my gun. So
And
I
you
want
know, and for me personally, I don't know. I mean, other than the KSG, I can't really think of any other guns because they added a SCAR, which I've always loved the SCARs, but shit, man, I can't really think of anything
I
because
want to
they
see
added.
like American
Yeah.
bolt actions, maybe a Springfield.
Yeah, like some more like vintage World War II guns, like a Car 98K, a Springfield, like just for shits and giggles. That would be kind of cool. Yeah.
Maybe an
Yeah.
M40.
Well, and they did show off. I didn't list it here, but they're giving us another. Is it 7x62 the Mosin? Is that what the round is?
By 54.
Yeah, 54. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they're giving us another rifle like that. That's it's one of the ones you have to split open like a double barrel to load, and it's a single shot. So that's gonna be another
okay.
new one we're getting.
Like a falling
Oh,
block.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's a single shot rifle?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like one where you load the
Could just
Mosin
be another
round in,
cheap
you
one,
shoot
like
it,
the
then you
double
break it
barrel.
open, take it out, and reload it.
What?
So,
what
yeah.
and it's gonna shoot Mosin rounds?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, for some reason, I was thinking of the only rifle I know that loads like a double barrel that I can think of is a Nitro Express, and isn't that something ridiculous, like 70 caliber or something like that, or 60?
Oh, they got
I
450,
think so.
50 cals, 70 cals. Yeah,
It's
they got
just
all.
like it's legit. That's what they should add to Tarkov, a fucking elephant gun. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that'd
need to
be
shoot a
ridiculous.
scav through the wall around you through a
Yeah,
fridge.
and it
Well, that's
should.
cool.
I want it to like have this physics system where when you shoot someone, it knocks them back like 100 feet, so you can't even find their fucking body after
Well,
you
and
kill
it
them.
has to have the Red Dead 2 thing where you shoot it and it looks like you break your back for
Yeah,
30 seconds.
like your character actually just falls to the fucking ground. Like Jesus Christ.
Man, you guys keep mentioning Red Dead. You're gonna get me all fired up about Red Dead Online. That's a whole other podcast.
It is.
Oh my
yeah.
god. Yeah, that could just go into if we ever do a pod, we should like at some point maybe do a podcast about like what happened to video games. Because we could talk
Well,
about all that shit. We could talk about Call of Duty. We could
we're-
talk about Red Dead Online.
Small
Oh,
plug. Small plug here. Me and Austin actually are going to come out with a podcast soon on a separate channel called After Hours or After Hours Gamers. So if you're
We are?
interested in stuff like that, definitely
Oh, I forgot about that.
hit me up and because that's going to be a much more singular topic focused podcast, but it won't be focused primarily on Tarkov, so anything goes.
Nice.
What about you, Moore? I know you don't, you only know so much about the game, but does it excite you that a game is still, getting so much support after, being in beta for so long? Or do you really have an opinion at all about any of this new stuff that's coming to the game?
Well, I'm excited to come in. It sounds like I'm pre-wipe coming in, pretty fresh into wipe. So maybe I'll get a chance to experience the game when it's at its
That's-
most chaotic, and then actually have a chance to start
Yeah,
fresh as
yeah,
the wipe
I
with a little
agree.
bit of skills.
I think literally the best time to play the game first is right before wipe because you literally experience it, like you said, when it's at.
I think that's what.
Well, yeah,
Pure
because that's when all you guys are
chaos.
going to run your armors. You're going to run the best guns you have because you don't care if you lose anything.
Right.
So I'm going to go out there and, let's be honest, I'm going to get my tail whipped by stuff I didn't even probably know existed in the game yet.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just
But
learning
then
the game,
come
and
wipe
then-
time, I'm going to know what I like and what to pick up and where to go. And hopefully I know what keys actually move me forward by then.
Right.
So no, I think I'm excited to come in. It seems like they're making exciting changes, and it's nice to actually see a game be supported compared to
Yeah,
some
and
other
then
titles I won't
still
name drop in this.
still no microtransactions either. Like
Yeah,
Nikita is still very.
the
Looking at
only
you,
way,
Bungie.
yeah,
Yep.
the only way Tarkov is ever going to get microtransactions is if Nikita leaves, because it's not even from a business standpoint. He is literally morally against microtransactions. He does not approve of them whatsoever.
So
Well-
basically, you guys are saying Nikita for president 2024?
Well, I mean, he's probably better than Putin.
He'd probably he'd be like, my first order of business, everyone gets free AK.
Yeah,
I'd
instead
be
of
like,
like going to
"Oh!"
war, he'll just be like, "Look how cool
You guys are going to
this
start
gun
an
looks."
uprising in Russia and get Nikita put in jail.
Oh yeah, shit. You gotta be careful.
Well,
I
maybe if he was-
I sure hope Nikita's staying safe over there with like all the shit that's going on. Because kind of a side tangent, a band that Craig and I are really into called Slaughter to Prevail. We were watching some of his videos, and he's from Russia, and I remember thinking to myself, we were thinking like, I wonder what his stance on the war is. And he actually posted a YouTube video like saying like how against the war they are. And I was like, oh, that's really awesome, man. But like, you can
Dangerous.
yeah, you can you can disappear over there for saying shit like that. And I've seen their quote unquote secret police. They're just dudes in normal street clothes. They just look like normal guys. They break into your house, they shoot you, or they take you away.
As
And
the
it's
dumb
like,
American in the group, I just see a bunch of little Vladimir Putins running around as the secret police. It's a lot of fun for me to imagine. I was going to be honest.
He's like those
I'm
Russian
glad.
nesting dolls where he opens up and a smaller Putin pops out. Another one and another one.
Well, yeah, they wear normal street clothes, but it's the bears that they're riding that really give them away.
Yeah, when you see them, especially if you see them take their shirt off when they're riding a bear, then it's like, oof.
Now we're into the Family Guy episode where
Some
they're all
pieces
just
of
bears
shit.
riding unicycles. Okay.
Well, before we move on to the next topic, is there anything else anybody wanted to say about Tarkov and the upcoming patch?
Nope.
No, I just hope Nikita and all of them stay safe over there, and yeah, hopefully it'll be interesting to see how this wipe goes.
Like, watch out for the mini Vlads.
Yep.
Mini Vlads and all the little, space monkeys that Craig wants to get involved.
Yeah,
The
add
bears.
space.
Can't forget the bears.
Yeah, they should add like wildlife to that game. Like, how terrifying would that be if we're walking through the woods in customs, then we just hear, and then like this, fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
that'd
hear
be
me out.
fucking
What if it's a
terrifying.
space monkey riding a bear that is controlled by?
Dude,
Nikita?
then I think you would just have the greatest game of all time,
Oh yeah.
hands
Yeah.
down.
There it is. You made it right
Yeah,
there.
there you
You
go,
guys hear it
Nikita.
here first, folks.
You heard what we want, Nikita. Get chop, get to it.
Don't
Russian Bear
disappoint.
Simulator 3, please.
Yeah, Goat Simulator? Nah.
Nah,
Russian
Bear
Bear Simulator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next topic will be the Resident Evil 4 remake, and it is due out March 24th of 2023. And I guess we'll get it started off by saying, like, is it really necessary for this remake to even happen?
Well, let's get a
Define necessary.
who
Do
here
we
has
need
played-
it? Do we need a remake of this game that is, hailed by many to be one of the best survival
Yeah.
horrors of all time?
It's about time. We've needed it for years.
I
Well,
mean,
so
they've done
have we-
every other one. So.
Yeah, and they've well, I think I think a remake is a good idea because that came out on the GameCube, and computers and the CPUs, GPUs, like they've gotten way more powerful since then. So obviously, I think it's perfect to remake the game at that time. My only concern, and Jake definitely knows this, is like I remember, Jake, you got the Resident Evil 3 remake,
I did.
and I remember you bought it and then beat it the same night, I'm pretty sure, and it took you like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours.
4 hours, like
And it was a
3 hours and
$60
52 minutes.
And it was a 60. Was it 60 or was it $40?
Oh, this is a $60 game.
It was a $60 game, and they cut out half of the goddamn content. And I still
really-
like.
Not a fan of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Is
I
what
really
they're
hope
gonna
they clean the game up, get rid of all the foul language and the violence.
cut. Yeah, I want it
Make
to
it
be.
modern.
I thought he was being serious for a second.
Well, Well, and I can't remember. I believe it was the director of the remake said he wanted the story to be more serious and grounded, and so that leads me to
worries
believe.
me.
Yeah, because uh, like Resident Evil 4 was like the way the dialogue worked. It was like a cheesy action movie
Yeah, it was
almost,
very campy.
but it was fucking hilarious.
It
It was
was.
unique.
It's not a
Yeah,
remake anymore. At that
yeah,
point.
it was fucking. I mean, God, Salazar, the little midget guy. He's like, I sent my right hand to
You
dispose
can't
of
say
you.
that now.
Yeah,
And
this
then
is
he was
all canceled.
Hey, no,
Yep.
midget is an actual term. That's for someone who's born under like a certain height. Dwarfism is an actual genetic disorder. So get educated. Boom.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
okay,
canceled.
sorry. I'll check my privilege. My bad.
That's what we get for being white our whole lives.
God darn it. I'm sorry.
See, I knew there would be some sort of
Wait,
politics.
you guys
in
are
here.
white?
Told you.
We're all
I-
white.
I identify as a Christmas tree. So,
Oh, I
Good fuck.
identify as a cantaloupe, so
Jingle my balls.
oh,
Merry Christmas.
but wow, that got off topic fast. But yeah, no, I'm just worried because especially like just how RE3 was. I'm
Yeah.
thinking they're gonna definitely gonna cut out Salazar. Like I guarantee.
Which is
he's not gonna
insane
make it.
because the RE2 make was so good.
Yeah, and see, I have never played the original Resident Evil 2. That was like, I think those games were like M for mature. My parents were always like, "Oh, we don't want you playing M-rated games." And then by the time they did let me play M-rated games, there was like other newer shit. So I don't think I really had access to our Resident Evil 2. Like I think we had it on the GameCube at one point. Like it was a GameCube remake or something like that. But so from my understanding, the RE2 remake, did anything get cut out? Like did
It
they cut
did
anything out?
change some things, but for the most part, no. Most of the stuff in the original was in the remake.
Yeah, and see, and I don't know because I mean the RE3 remake did come out pretty quickly after the RE2 remake, and there's a lot longer gap in between the RE3 remake and then the RE4 one. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that maybe they won't cut as much out, but yeah, I'm kind of worried. Plus, I think I'm just biased because I'm really nostalgic for that game. I mean, last time I played through that game was like 3 months ago on my Xbox because that game is so fucking good.
Yeah, it's
You can-
still
you can
really
just hop-
fun.
You just like from start to finish, that fucking game is awesome. Even the castle section, like I fucking love that. I love you're fucking fighting in a village like this, Eastern European village, and all of a sudden you're in a fucking castle. And you go down to an underground lab. It's like, oh my god, yeah, that game was so good. I
Very
hope
good.
I hope Leon's hair is just as sexy as it was in 2004. When did that game come out?
I
The
think
original
2004 is right, actually. I don't know for sure, but yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, as long as his hair is still sexy, and if they cut out Ashley from the game, I wouldn't be too upset.
As
If I'm
far
being
as we
honest.
know from the trailer, she's definitely going to be in the game, but we don't know to what capacity yet.
Yeah, because I think that was my only complaint about RE4. Looking back, is just Ashley because, like, when I played through it 3 months ago, every time she got kidnapped and she wasn't following you, it was like, oh, thank God. Like, see ya, Ashley. I'm gonna
It's
go
a
off and do my-
relief, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off and do my own thing now that I don't have to escort your ass everywhere. But yeah.
Yeah, and they said that, we haven't, other than the trailer, we don't have necessarily concrete info, but it sounds like it might be, kind of more like God of War, where it's a semi-open world, and the either Chief Mendez, the centipede guy, or the chainsaw guy might function more like Mr. X from Resident Evil 2 Remake, where they're kind of constantly following you around.
Oh, but you can't kill him?
I don't know. We really won't know until they either straight up tell us, show us, or we get to play it.
I
It's
honestly
just a
hope they
big
wouldn't.
rumor right now.
I honestly hope they don't do that because I never liked the idea. Like it It did like when I played RE2, every time I saw Mr. X, like it just at first it freaked me out, but then after a while it's just got annoying. It's like, oh, this fucking guy again. You know what I mean? Like
and I'm in the opposite camp. Like there was one point during one of my playthroughs of RE2 remake that I literally stopped playing the game for like 3 days because I was so terrified of his footsteps. I literally when I finally played it again, I had to get through his section with the volume turned off my TV.
Hey,
spooky.
Yeah, I could not.
Oh, yeah.
Just hearing him gave me so much anxiety that I could not play the game.
Don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, I think it's a good horror trope, but I don't know. I mean, I think the whole like one of the reasons that made RE4 so fun for me was there was like looting mechanics. Like if there was that big chainsaw guy chasing you,
pretty cool.
When you killed him, you knew he was either gonna drop really expensive treasure or a shitload of fucking gold.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
Like and so yeah, I really like the idea that like because I think it could still be scary, but then still have it more sort of action orientated in the sense of there's no threat that you can't overcome type of a thing. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I think it's part of the reason why I never played the Outlast series is not only was Outlast terrifying, but the fact that you're powerless and you can't fight back. I'm just like,
I love the Outlast games.
Oh yeah, they're fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. That Kat was like, let's play Outlast 2, and then she tried it for like 10-15 minutes, and she's like, this is too scary. And I was like, no, we'll just play it together. We'll play it together, and then I played it for like half an hour, and I was like, yeah, fuck this. Oh god,
I want to sleep tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and just uninstall.
Yeah, I don't hate myself
uh,
that much.
So, not to interject, but you guys can go ahead and sound the celebratory alarm. The game is now downloading.
oh, fuck! Oh, I wish Kat didn't hide my harmonica. I'd fucking play it right now.
Yeah, I told you should get like 10 of them and just stash them all around.
You really need to just stash them everywhere.
That bitch keeps hiding them everywhere. I swear to God. Yeah,
that's almost abuse, man. That's not cool.
I'm getting abused. She keeps hiding my harmonicas.
Well, that would be like you hiding her fucking PS5. Like, bitch, that's my shit. Don't touch my shit.
Well, yeah, but I usually anytime I play it, it's just to annoy her. I like follow her around the house.
That's just funny, though.
Yeah, she doesn't think so.
What about you, Moore? Did you ever play RE4 back in the day?
His PC reset on.
Oh, poopy. We lost more. Technical difficulty. Quick, Jake, splash up.
Flash the screen.
Yeah, we're experiencing technical
Yeah,
difficulty.
it'll just be a cat, and it'll say "hang in there."
Hang in there. Yeah, there you go.
Copyright, so no one can copy it.
Yeah. Anytime someone uses that poster, you just sue the fuck out
No,
of
but
them.
I agree with what you were saying, Austin. That's my main worry is, like, I'm very excited, but I'm also worried that they're going to change too much because they've showed us very clearly they can do a good job with these remakes, but they've also shown us that they really want to cash in on these remakes and not necessarily, do it justice like it should.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And then you, Meyer, you never played RE4, did you?
I've played all of them.
It's a bold-faced lie.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
No, he actually mastered all of them, 100% completion, day one.
Yeah, like Tarkov on the Chad.
Resident Evil 4 is actually one of the few games that I've truly 100%ed. I've done like literally every. Oh, actually, I guess that's not true. There was an Assignment Ada thing that I never liked, so I never played it.
I think
you canceled yourself. I respect it.
I did.
That's a trick. Do something wrong, but then immediately admit to it, and you're all right?
Well, if you remember, there was a separate campaign called Separate Ways with Ada in the game. And if you did that, it unlocked the Chicago typewriter.
Yeah, I remember because when you and me were playing through it not too long. Well, I guess it's probably was a while ago, probably like 2 or 3 years ago. When
because we played it on the Wii, didn't we? The best
version. We also did it on the 360 because when I booted up my my Xbox One, because I had the HD version on there, and yeah, when I booted it up, I still had the typewriter. I had like the Chicago 1940s style gangster outfit and everything.
Nice.
Go with it. And, oh yeah. I remember that was the first time I played through Assignment Ada. And
as far as we know, that campaign is going to be kind of intertwined with the main game now, so it might not be a separate thing.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Yeah.
I'm against it. I understand why they're thinking about doing it, but I am worried about it for a couple reasons. One, if I'm being quite frank, I don't enjoy playing Zeta. Every time I play her campaign, I just burst through it as fast as possible so I can get the typewriter. But I also am worried that if they're mixing the campaigns, that'll just lead to more cuts, because they'll be like, oh, we got to cut this so that, it doesn't feel like you're in this area for too long because you're going to be playing as both people and blah, blah, blah. And, I just don't want to play as Zeta. I don't enjoy playing as her character.
You sexist pig.
I am not sexist.
Sexist.
Canceled.
What about you, Moore? Did you ever play RE4?
I'm not going to lie to you, in my head, I can't imagine that I did. And I keep thinking about it, and I'm pretty sure I'm mixing up Dead Rising, Resident Evil, so I should probably just keep my mouth shut.
It's definitely like, it feels like sometimes that everybody has played it, but at the same time, it's like
probably did, yeah, because it was RE4 when it came out. I mean, granted, it was 2004, so we were all like, what, 8 years old, 9 years old, something around there.
Well, yeah, I didn't even play
I grew up on
like
Flat Out and
13 or
Halo
14.
on my
Flat
original Xbox.
Out.
I didn't have a 360 till 2011.
Oh yeah, but RE4 came out for the GameCube and then the PS2, I think.
You think I had Nintendo products?
Well, you had a PS2 though, didn't you?
Don't get
I
Jake
did.
started on Nintendo products.
Did somebody say Nintendo?
I know. I
And
heard
I'm gonna dip Lamau.
Yeah, you just hear Craig put on. He's like,
You
I'm
guys
out.
heard of this thing called the Switch?
I knew a guy that once had like 4 of them.
You know,
Yeah.
you know
one
what,
free. And I
He's
played it
still, yeah, that same guy left the boxes are fucking sitting here.
boys.
No.
Guess what I'm playing right now on the Switch?
Black Ops Zombies on Ascension? Oh, that's okay.
Resident Evil
Will you
4.
quit talking about Black Ops Ascension? Because I'm going to buy
No,
that
because
too.
I'm on round 19 and I'm kicking butt.
Oh goddamn!
I bought Tarkov, okay?
Yeah, you
did.
did, but I'm waiting for all this to die down, and this is my entertainment game,
Hey, more, you know
Give
what
it
game
like
costs $30
30
for DLC?
seconds into his first raid when one of us accidentally kills him. He'll hop on Black Ops.
Oh, yeah, you will get team killed.
Oh,
yeah,
I know.
you just
And
gotta
Michael, if you
accept that.
mentioned
It's a
Black
pretty
Ops
normal
now,
thing.
I'm going to put a fucking stick in your...
But no, seriously, because of the hype around RE4, I've been replaying it recently, specifically on my Switch, and yeah, it's a great game. Doesn't matter where you play it. It's just I'm very worried, but
We'll have to see.
yeah, I still think it's possible that it gets delayed, but at the same time, it's been so long. Like you were mentioning, Austin, between 2 and 3, it was a pretty quick turnaround, and they've been kind of radio silent on RE4 up until now, despite the fact that they did RE4 VR too recently, which looks
I
awesome, but
forgot about that.
I almost wonder if they did it to kind of like bone up on the game, so they, because maybe this is wishful thinking, but maybe they realized that people didn't like all the cut stuff and changes in RE3, so maybe they did that VR version to not only, fix some of the losses they made money-wise, but also to just gain knowledge on stuff.
So just for so I was wrong. RE4 actually came out January 11th, 2005. This is according to Google.
Oh, okay. Well, we were close enough.
So, but yeah, as we were talking about the time frame of how they're releasing these remakes. So RE2 remake came out January 25th, 2019, and then the RE3 remake came out just a year later, April 3rd of 2020. So right now it took them 2 years before they even mentioned this other one. So
well, granted, the original games, 3 is shorter than 2, but they definitely shortened it. Like they took out a whole section of the map. Like,
no, they
Talk
did,
Terror
because
area
RE3 is
in
the
it.
one I remember the most, because I would always watch my parents play that, and the fucking Nemesis guy scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else anybody wants to say about RE4 remake before we move on to the final
They
topic?
should add monkeys that steal your perks.
Seconded.
Dude, a perk system would just be wildly
Uh
interesting.
oh.
They didn't mention the merchant at all either, by the way, which...
Yeah, I swear to God,
my
if he isn't in the game, like, I want him to fucking open up his fucking trench coat, expose his wiener, and be like, "What are you buying?" while he's fucking helicopter.
Can we say that? Can we say the W word?
Expose wiener? I mean...
Yeah,
I've
that one
said
that
it.
you just said again.
I've said fuck like a million times.
Yeah,
So
I mean, if
Well,
we're
yeah, but
allowed
we
two
don't know the
F-bombs
audience
and we
very
can't say
well.
wiener.
Hey,
Wiener,
it's 2022, man. I don't know.
wiener, Austin.
Yeah, sorry, you're
Riley.
canceled. Wieners are not allowed anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, they don't. You don't know how they identify.
Your dick has been canceled.
Cancel this dick. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
on to the final topic, which I think that me and Austin specifically are going to have a lot to say. Starfield, boys.
I like
It
Star
is
Wars.
coming.
Garbage.
It is the next big original IP from Bethesda
Absolute
Game
trash.
Studios. Our late
Yeah, probably
great
not great.
Todd Howard, who is still very much alive,
Yeah, okay.
came
Lord
out
praise
in
God
his-
Howard.
He came out in his signature leather brown jacket. And
Yeah,
was
the
like,
same
"Hey,
jacket
dude,
that he lied to us
Starfield.
in. Yeah.
It just works." So,
Yeah.
what do we have to say about this? There's a lot of shit that they showed off. There's a
And
lot
it
of shit
didn't look
that they
that great.
didn't show off. And yep, see, I can already see it starting to boil because I am unbelievably hyped for this game.
I'm pumped.
Fanboy.
Well,
I will
mean,
always
yeah.
give every Bethesda game a shot, whether or not it'll last. I can't promise anything,
Well, and
but
see,
I will.
that's
I
the
will
thing.
give them my money. They've earned it.
That's the thing. I am kind of with more on this. Like, I talk shit about their games so much. Like Fallout 4, I've talked shit about. I have talked an unbelievable amount of shit about Skyrim. I've talked shit about Fallout 76. Fallout 4, I've replayed like 8 times. Skyrim, I've literally purchased 6 times. And Fallout 76, I've poured over 180 hours into the game.
Didn't Bethesda do that game Brink?
Yeah, remember Brink?
Was
Yeah.
it
Yeah, that
Bethesda?
that wasn't very good.
No, that was
I
terrible.
actually never
was
played
really
it.
bad.
I remember
Oh,
thinking
well,
it
it was
looked
bad.
cool, but I never played it.
It was very bad. I played it
Because
on
that
a
was their attempt at Mirror's Edge, right? Kind of parkour, free
no,
run.
it
Well,
was-
shooting.
it
Mirror's
did have-
Edge
it did have
doesn't have
parkour.
gunplay.
It did have parkour. Yeah, but it was guns too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was more like an arena style shooter. It was
That's
like their take on
probably why it
Fortress
didn't
2.
do well, is because, honestly, if they released that now, it probably would have done better, because we have
Yeah,
so many
arena style
shooters
shooters
now.
back then. Like back then, you had Halo 3.
Honestly,
That's
when you
like-
think about it, they were almost ahead of the curve with that one. But, I mean, if the game was bad, too, then that didn't help anything.
well, yeah, there was
obviously.
already much better arena shooters out there.
But anyway, fuck Brink. So what do we think about Starfield? Is it Fallout in space, or is it its own thing?
I hope it's its own thing. I don't want Fallout in space.
We had that with Fallout 3, remember?
Yeah, I Mothership Zeta. It was
It's
fun
horrible.
the first
Don't you
playthrough. I
sit
don't want to
there
ever do it again.
and talk
Fun.
shit about my favorite Fallout 3 DLC. I swear to God.
No.
That one was your favorite?
It was,
Oof.
dude. There's fucking aliens.
Oh my god.
You of all people, Austin, should understand. It involves space.
Well, yeah, but
Well,
Point
special guest
Lookout was
out.
my favorite.
Oh, I gotta
Oh.
argue there too. Fuck.
that
See,
I think
and I
always
differ
operated
on that
like
one because I played Far
Well, you're
Harbor,
wrong.
the 4-point lookout.
See,
So,
no, that
I did-
Fallout 4
I did the reverse.
And Far Harbor are just Fallout 3 and Fallout 4,
Yeah,
but reverse.
you
And
literally
I hate it.
You literally say that all the time, and in my brain, I'm
Because
like,
it
dude,
is.
Point Lookout fucking copied Far Harbor. What the hell? Which
Yeah,
literally
that's
makes
awesome.
no sense because it came out first, but still.
Yeah, no, they literally just switched it around. Oh, you're your son. Go look for your
But,
dad. Okay.
to be
Oh,
fair-
your dad looking for your kid.
To that point, Fallout
Fuck
4
you.
was just Fallout 3 in reverse. So,
I literally said that. So
yeah,
thank
but
you for reiterating my
you
point.
know, and everyone's got a different opinion. So obviously, I genuinely did not like Fallout 4.
I didn't. either.
I like even on my PC I have 22.3 hours. That's all I've done. And
I
every
just
time
can't get into it.
every
yeah.
time I've
The first
played that
playthrough was
is
great.
yeah, I didn't
It was
mind
a
the
playthrough.
first. I
Well,
didn't
yeah,
mind the
that
first,
first
but I
few
I didn't
days
like
when
the
we-
story.
That first
well,
few
yeah,
days when we
it's
had that
because we were
party, it was
so
a
fucking-
blast.
Yeah, it's because we were so fucking hyped for it. But that was before
Big
Bethesda.
letdown.
See, that's the
That's
thing.
true. Just like
Bethesda,
Cyberpunk, man, were we hyped for that
Bethesda,
game? And good God, after
That
the
was a
first
mistake.
48 hours, we were like, wow,
And-
this game is bad.
you know what? It goes back to what we were talking about. What happened to video games? Bethesda has changed. They have become once Fallout 3 came out. That's really what helped put
They're
Bethesda
more
on the map.
mainstream now.
Yeah, and they're fucking greedy now. I mean, look at Fallout 76. I know you could make the argument of, oh, well, it was a separate studio, blah blah blah, that made Fallout 76, but they still looked at that fucking game. Like Todd Howard looked at that shit and was like, "Yep, it's good. Send it out. Let's sell it." You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it's
he was working on Starfield while
still though
76 was being
right.
produced.
76 is still being made, but it's not
Not
like
saying that he didn't
not-
say, "Oh
yeah,
no, that."
yeah,
he
no,
did.
it's obviously it wasn't the main studio that made it, but the main studio still has to sign off on it and be like, "Yep, it's good to go. You can send it out the door."
But you
know what I
also
mean?
have to take into account, and I'm not saying they're not to blame or anything like that, but like you always
Because
say,
they are.
the investors and stuff, like those people control a lot of it. You have to
Yep.
think there is no situation where he could get approval for coming out onto the stage and saying, "Hey, we're releasing this game, but it's not ready." You cannot say that.
No, what
They have
they
to
should,
meet
what-
deadlines, too.
Well, yeah, and that's the issue is video games have become very corporatized. Like we've talked about this in our last podcast, but like the developers of the game are the ones that are actually down there making the game. They know it's unfinished, but their bosses tell
Well,
them,
yeah, like,
"All right, we
case in
we
point.
want to make money this Christmas." That's legit what happened with
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. They were like, "We want this to release before Christmas so we can make a fuck ton of money." And
Yeah.
that game is absolute fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Is the devs were saying, yeah, we want to like another year at least on this, and even that probably wouldn't have been long enough. But
No, and there's
they
no
had
like
to release it.
if devs had their way, there would never, for the most part, there would never be a shitty game ever again. Like, yeah, sure, there'd be games that'd be like, that doesn't really interest me, or that's not really for me. But as far as like releasing finished products, you would start to
Well,
see
there
that
would
shit
still
again.
be bugs and
The
stuff.
quality
Yeah,
would be a
but,
lot
yeah.
better.
No,
in
no,
that.
what I'm saying is that if the developers were at the helm and they were able to release the game when they thought it was ready, then we wouldn't have these fucking games with half-baked ideas and a lack of content, and then
Battlefield 2042.
they drip feed content to us really slowly. Halo Infinite, you know what I
In
mean?
the
Like
form
that,
of a
like that.
season. It's like,
Yeah.
that's just an excuse.
Yeah, and it's like,
And that's the
What
way
a-
that the
what
world
about,
is right now.
What about you, Michael 1 and Michael 2? I know you guys are Bethesda fans, especially you, Meyer. I honestly, I don't mean to throw you under the bus or anything more, but I haven't talked to you much about Bethesda, so I don't know. how
Oh,
big of a
my name
fan
is
you are.
Courier6.
I don't. think
Oh, it is,
Bethesda-
isn't it? I'm my dumbass.
I don't think Bethesda can do wrong.
But yeah,
Just
like
saying.
what did you say, Michael?
The
Meyer?
Bethesda can't do wrong. They're just Bethesda. I'm expecting
Yeah,
horrible
see-
game-breaking bugs.
Yeah, you're
I
the
don't
one
get
who like
glitched
still
through a fern,
defends
I'm not playing it.
76 tooth and nail. So I guess
I
that
just
you-
want to climb up the side of a mountain by jumping.
I'm
That's
never
a
gonna-
Bethesda staple.
Well, there's going to be jetpacks now, Craig. So climbing.
Yeah, but
is
it's
a
still,
thing
I
of the
want to be
past.
climbing the moon. I want to be scaling the moon craters in typical Bethesda fashion.
Fair enough.
That's what I want.
Well,
If I can't jump over a mountain, jump by jump, I'm not playing it.
Well, so some of the things we know so far are that some of them, I don't. It seems like it almost looked like they, from the trailer they shut off, that they picked and choose which ones got it. But one of the first things that stood out to me was some of the conversations they had with the NPCs. It did the typical Bethesda thing where it like zooms in on the character's face that you're talking to, but the facial expressions and stuff looked a lot better to me than normal. They actually looked more believable. But then there's one specific part in the trailer where he's talking to another character, and they looked like the typical I'm dead inside. I'm just a robot NPC who
I
doesn't
think I know what it is because I've been playing. You know, I love Bethesda games. I mean, fuck. When I first played Oblivion, that was my first. I think that was my first really experience with an open world and an RPG.
Keep in mind, viewers, that Austin has purchased Skyrim 8 times.
That's 7.
Hey, I'm on Fallout 3 7 times. Somewhere around there.
See. So
yeah, so I'm
not the
just
only
saying, to keep your expectations in check. He may shit on this game coming out, but he
No, I
spent
know.
more money with them than most of us.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. They've had. I mean, Skyrim, and Oblivion were great games, but I think, Jake, I could also make the argument that greed and microtransactions, that shit really hadn't taken full, effect back then.
Oh,
Or at least in
absolutely
a very
not.
noticeable
It was
way.
mostly apparent with 76 with the pass
But
system
I gotta-
and all the stuff. As you were saying.
As I was saying, I've played their games for a while. I've always noticed their engine isn't really good with character animations, the way people move. They have always felt very stiff and robotic. They've gotten better. Don't get me wrong.
They've
I'm
definitely
fucking looking
gotten better.
Oblivion to Skyrim. I mean, it's without a doubt, Skyrim looks 1,000 times better than Oblivion does.
But then with Skyrim and Fallout 4, it was like barely noticeable.
And I will give credit where credit's due. I agree with you that the NPCs, the detail in their face and like you can see the pores in their skin, the detail is getting better, but it still has that the animations and the way some of them move just still looks. It still has that Bethesda.
But that one
signature
guy's
jank to it.
eyebrows go
Yeah,
up.
he's like,
so
look,
I
I can do it again. See? Yeah, his fucking eyebrows go up. Yeah, like shit like that. Like, obviously, yes, the detail does look a lot better, but it still has that Bethesda creation engine DNA like under there, and I think that's what's causing their whole shit to look.
Upgrade. I mean, it upgraded, but they won't switch to anything else.
Well, and that's the thing is like you're saying, Craig, they did say that they completely overhauled, and this is the quote unquote new creation engine.
They've said that
They said that for 76.
Yeah,
they said that with they said that with Oblivion.
16
they said that
times.
To be fair, it's not a Red Dead 1 to Red Dead 2 leap, but I did notice that graphically, other than
videos so far though, you can't trust them.
This is but that's the thing is I actually think we can trust this one.
Yeah,
because in the video the frame rate was terrible. Yeah, so we knew that it was actual gameplay. Are you serious?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
What?
Okay, let's, Jake. Since it's coming from your screen, let's pull up a video of that and let's see if we can find it.
Yeah, pull up that launch trailer.
Yeah, go ahead and let's see if we can.
Oh God. Let me know when you guys can hear me again. I can't hear you. Jesus Christ.
I had
probably delete
Okay, so you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
We'll have to do it on somebody else's because as soon as I open Google, the internet pooped. This PC does not like when I do multiple things at once.
I'm sorry, my PC that you got for free isn't good enough for you.
Are you guys? Can you guys still see my screen? Do you see my?
But that's actually a good idea, Os, because I plan on for this podcast putting clips of the
and I
games in the background.
you know what we could do is we'll just look it up because I want to see it. But what you can do, Jake, is just find it and then edit it into your video.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
I can't believe I didn't think of that beforehand. That's an amazing idea. Is that we should watch the trailer for the podcast and then, I can edit it to where it looks like.
Is it the 15-minute one? Right.
Well, that shows like everything, but unless you guys want to literally sit through 15 minutes.
Hang on, I found it.
Craig found it. Everyone go to Craig's stream.
Inside.
Streams.
Hang on, let's see here.
Craig's not streaming.
I'm not.
No,
I am.
Oh, clicked on Jake's, damn it. There we go.
Okay, so you see it right here?
Yeah.
Can you do the internet zoom thing?
Yeah, can you zoom in a little bit?
Oh, actually, yeah, if you can just do full screen, that's perfect. That'd be hilarious, dude. I really hope. Oh,
I'm gonna be quiet for a
my
minute. I think a bird
God.
just flew into my window.
What?
What the hell is happening?
Yeah, her body's like all fucking distorted.
Backwards. I like how they put this in a trailer, not expecting people to scrutinize.
Well, yeah, dude, and especially being
Bethesda.
Bethesda, they had to have known that people were gonna eat this trailer alive. Yeah, that guy right there.
yeah,
He's the only one in the trailer. He looks so dead inside, but all the other NPCs looked
But
great.
see, that's what I'm talking about. The detail. Like, look at that detail. Like obviously, there she is, right fucking there.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I wanted to kind of be objective here. It's kind of hard to see because I can kind of see her walking forward like she's looking over her shoulder behind her.
It's not like full
I've done
on
that.
exorcism.
Yeah, it's not like her head's snapped around. Maybe
But that
it's
doesn't
just,
look comfortable. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah.
I literally,
looks like-
the article says the moment can be seen at 7:49.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like, see, like, case in point with that guy's face, like you were saying, he looks dead inside, but the detail on him looks fucking great. Looks way better.
Well,
than
and there's
Fallout 4.
other NPCs in the trailer where I'm not even necessarily talking about the detail. I mean, like, there's one guy specifically that I think of. He had his hand on his face, kind of like he was in a, a thinker position.
Yeah.
And his facial expressions, like his face was moving a lot more naturally than the robotic voice people, the NPCs. Good God.
Yeah.
That I'm used to seeing in Bethesda games. And that was something that initially turned me off of the Outer Worlds, which I hear from a lot of people is great, but I just couldn't get into it because it literally felt like I was playing New Vegas with a new coat of paint, and I did not like that.
That sounds fun.
I was gonna say, you don't like Bethesda NPCs where their mouths don't move but they still talk to you?
No, it drives
my
me
favorite.
crazy, especially nowadays.
I
Like,
enjoy
mean,
a good conversation with a mime.
I understand that a game is going to be fun if it's fun, but
Yes.
I don't mean to be that guy where, like, I'm not saying graphics are everything and all that stuff, like, or anything like that, but we're at a point now when we're having games like Red Dead 2 and, for all its flaws, Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, good God,
Game sucks.
it does.
So,
but I
now
still
you're
think...
getting into the territory where they're sacrificing gameplay for graphics, I feel like.
No. Let me finish. I'm not saying graphics. I'm just saying, well, I guess to a certain extent I am, but we've gotten to a point where video games don't feel like video games anymore to a certain extent. And I feel like that's where I kind of am starting to draw the line, where I feel like Bethesda games specifically are just, they feel like 1990s PC games, and that is not what I'm looking for anymore.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like, look at, for example, Red Dead 2. The way you'd have a conversation with someone and the way they'd move and interact, they look like real people.
Yeah, it was almost terrifying, especially
And
the
like,
environments.
and you can already
they looked
tell.
like pictures of
You can
actual
already
places.
tell with Starfield that it's like, Red Dead 2 had better character animations. Like, that game came out in 2019, and
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well,
it's just
to be
Well, that's
fair
because
to
they've
that
taken all my
point-
money for shark cards to pay for it.
Well, that, and to be fair to
They're
that
still
point,
taking it.
Red Dead 2 did some insane motion capture stuff, and Bethesda does not do that stuff as far as I'm aware. They do
No, they're
all their
definitely
stuff.
behind the game in terms of motion
Yeah.
capture, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
watched
just-
videos of them
there's-
motion capturing Arthur, and it's insane
There's
the amount of
certain
things they did just to get the right line.
Yeah.
There's certain things that we know about this that I definitely want to go over. First off, the game has been rumored to be in development since 2015, which would be 8 years by the supposed release date, which is 2023. We don't have a concrete date yet. They just said 2023. But Todd
Did they
is
announce it with
claiming-
Fallout 4?
No, they announced it when they announced Elder Scrolls, which I believe
28. That was Fallout 76. It was when
Yeah.
they.
Was it 76? I could
It
have
was when
sworn
they-
it was. We
no.
watched Starfield's trailer and then we saw a Fallout game. I just
Yeah,
couldn't
because
remember.
I
Yeah, it was
remember
76.
Todd showed 76, and then he said, "Yes, I know you're wondering, and by the way, we're working on it. By the way, like, suck my fat cock." That might have been a little
I thought.
harsh, but I mean, he really just kind of shoved it in my mouth, and I wasn't expecting it.
and he lied too.
You weren't
He straight
mad
up
either,
lied
though.
about
He
Fallout
did.
76. So
No, it had 16 times the detail.
It did.
yeah,
Okay, I missed that interview. Did he really say 16 times?
yeah.
the
No, when
detail?
he was
Because I uninstalled that game 16 times the times I did for Fallout 4 and Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
That must
what
have
he
been
meant.
what he meant. Yeah, like he was.
No,
clearly
but he
using
did. He
wordplay.
did, Michael. When he unveiled the game, he was like, "Our new updated version of the creation engine has 16 times the detail." The game looked fucking worse than Fallout 4.
Okay, so now
Jamie's
Todd
saying
Howard
hi.
has become no longer Pope of my gaming world, and now he's an excommunicated bishop.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's my problem. Is that he? I mean, I know what Jake is saying. He can't come out and say like, "Oh, there might be a few bugs or there's going to be issues," and like
That's
it's
normal.
his job. It's job to promote the game, but he pretty much did just straight up.
Well, and
straight
it's
up lied about the
almost
game.
it's almost kind of our fault because I remember even when Skyrim came out, the bugs in Bethesda games were treated like they were legitimately treated like a fun part of the game. They were like, "Oh man, look at this bug. This is hilarious, classic Bethesda." And then like
And I
Fallout
really
4
hope
came
what-
out, and out of nowhere, people were like, "This is fucking unacceptable."
Well, yeah, it's because it's not acceptable because we have gotten to a point where it's obvious that it's just these glitches are things that are only affecting the Bethesda games. Like, don't get me wrong, every video game has got glitches, but for example, just look at id Tech 7, look at Doom Eternal, look at how that fucking engine ran. You know what I mean? It's so obvious. Like when technology has changed so much since the 90s and early 2000s. That's why, I mean, I know it costs a lot of money, it costs a lot of time, but that's why they build new game engines, because it gets to the point, it'd be like having a car.
Well,
you
and
know,
Bethesda,
sure, you
of all
can keep
people,
rebuilding
is
the
not
same engine
hurting
over and
for
over
cash,
again.
so they should
You
not
can-
be, they should have
Yeah.
plenty of money to really sink some time.
Well,
into
then,
stuff
case
like
in point,
this.
like maybe they don't. Look at Rockstar. I mean, they definitely get a little more money than Bethesda does, and then you get a game like Red Dead. So maybe that I'm not trying
honestly-
to. I'm not
GTA.
petitioning. I'm not
Yeah.
petitioning for microtransactions at all. But I'm saying, obviously, Rockstar put a little money into Red Dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Obviously.
and they Bethesda's already done microtransactions. Fucking Fallout 76 had all sorts of microtransaction bullshit.
I
You
don't
could buy-
hate microtransactions if the money goes back to the game. I'm going to be honest. If it furthers
That is
gameplay
a
and creates,
controversial statement. Good.
I
lord.
That
know
is.
it is, but I
That's
don't
a
want
slippery slope.
I don't want microtransactions where it's a
So
pay to win
wet.
thing. I don't mind microtransactions for skins and
Kind of-
shit because I don't care about any of that stuff. But if you want to go spend your money to go look like Deadpool, I don't care. But if that money then goes back into the game and we get a pretty cool free DLC, case in point, some of the stuff they've done for GTA,
But see, the thing
my
is,
mind
is
it
that-
kind of works
yeah,
sometimes.
but the thing,
but
the
it's,
thing
you're
is
right;
is
it's
that
a slippery slope.
it doesn't though. That's the problem. Is you have all these. You
We're
have
gonna
all
be
these.
talking about this for way too long. If we start talking about microtransactions.
Yeah, we're not going to do microtransactions. And then he brought in microtransaction repair kits and pay to win shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Well, and if we're gonna talk about
And then
that,
there was
we need
Fallout
to
first.
Yeah, we need to shit on Fallout first because it is absolutely
Worth it.
unacceptable that I have to pay money, $10 a month, which may not seem like a lot, but that's fucking $120 a year. Is that right?
You've obviously never played iRacing.
That's a lot of money to play, privately with my friends. And in 76 specifically, I can't tell you how many times, like, you need, like, iron and stuff to create ammo. So I go to all the iron
scrap-
spots, and they're
yeah,
always gone because someone's already been there. So it's like, oh, I guess if I want to actually get ahead, I have to pay for Fallout first.
And see,
and then
that's-
play
I
by
don't want
myself, which
materials and
defeats
shit.
the purpose of the fucking game.
Yeah, and then if you got Fallout first, they gave you that fucking infinite scrap box because something people were complaining about is like, well, this whole game revolves around getting scrap and breaking down materials. That's the main fucking gameplay loop. And then they're like, oh, well, if you're worried that your stash doesn't have an unlimited amount of
Give us
space,
money.
yeah, give us fucking money. And then when they fucking did that shit, It broke it for people. Their scrap boxes were fucking empty. They put like 1,000, 2,000 pounds worth of shit in there. They logged off, and the next day it was fucking gone. And the canvas bags. Do you guys remember the canvas bag story?
See, this is a whole.
More, you just had to mention
76.
microtransactions.
Well, that's the point
you
of
son
having
of
a
a
guest
bitch.
on the podcast is to get everyone all riled up, and then I don't show up next week.
Well, we didn't know you were going to be a wild card.
Remember
That's
that
the
leather
point.
jacket that was
the
fucking like
$276
bag?
And it looked like a
you guys
blue
are
fucking
misconstruing me.
tarp.
I'm not trying
It
to
was
say
a fucking
microtransactions
trash
are all God,
bag, a
but I'm
blue
saying
trash
if you-
I don't know what we're yelling about.
because we hate
Okay.
Fallout 76's
Okay.
I
microtransactions.
I was fully
hate
expecting
Fallout
that game.
76 too. If
Fully
they
expecting that game to be
eliminated the
like
greed
Fallout 4,
side,
but with friends. Why couldn't they just ported Fallout 4, get an online service, and let you play with friends? That's
Just
all I
remaster
want.
Fallout 3.
There you
Okay.
go.
Speaking of which, this is completely unrelated. But why the hell do we have Skyrim on the Switch but no Fallout games? Like, I feel like Bethesda's missing
there
out on a
haven't been
cash cow
18
there.
different ports of Fallout 3, but there have been with Skyrim.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but like
well, just because you can
you
play
know,
it on
from
the
a,
Alexa doesn't matter.
from a business standpoint, it's just stupid. Like,
It could,
I mean,
it could be a
you may not,
technological thing.
Craig,
It
you
could be a-
you might not be super into the Switch, but you have to at least recognize
not.
that it's like it is literally, I think, the second highest selling console of all time, and that's why it's getting so many ports.
I'm
So-
not doubting that. I'm just saying it's not for
So
me.
Bethesda, of all people, especially being owned by Xbox now, who has shown that they're willing to put their stuff on that, it's like, why not give us all the old? Like, I'd even settle for Fallout 1 and 2 on the fucking Switch.
Oh,
Look at
no.
the Grand Theft Auto trilogy remake. That is why.
That's different, though. That was a terribly done remake. That has nothing to
was.
do with, like, you know, Skyrim plays. I mean, it's a 30
Well-
FPS port, but it plays flawlessly on the
and,
Switch.
You know, and it could also it could be a software issue. Case in point, like on my modern PC, I cannot fucking get Fallout 3 to work, even
See?
after they did the game.
But
for
when you say
Windows
stuff
thing.
like that, I bring up to the point, well, we have Stubbs the Zombie. We have Sniper
That
Elite
doesn't work
3.
on mine.
We
yeah,
have
that was a horrible remake.
That was a terrible
I'm
port.
talking about the Switch versions. Like, we have all these really old games playing just fine on the Switch, so why not
Right,
Fallout
but
3?
there's
Why
so
not
many
Fallout
more
4?
games out there.
Well, and
that
that's the
aren't.
thing is there's a lot of game engines that were coded a specific way. It just so happens that Halo's engine, I don't know what they called it, whatever their name was for the engine they made that game, which is actually the same engine that Stubbs the Zombie runs on, is really fucking good engine. Like
Wow, this-
even later on.
How well it runs, I think it's the big PP engine.
This
Yeah,
really got out
probably.
of hand. This
But you know what, Michael? I don't want you to feel bad for bringing up microtransactions because it is a good fucking topic to talk about.
No,
agree.
and like
That's
I said,
something
I'm
we
not
could
trying
focus
to.
on in our
I'm
other
not trying to.
podcasts.
Yeah, I'm not trying to push for microtransactions in the form of you being able to buy materials and everything. I'm just saying the guys who want to go look like Deadpool or Spider-Man,
Yeah.
if they want to spend $5 on it, let them. And
Well,
if that money
and-
goes back into the game, and the next thing you know, oh, cool, we got another vending machine because we were able to pay a coder to go and make it. That's
well,
cool.
and see, the thing is too is now we have this generation of kids that to them microtransactions are just normal. Case in
Yeah.
point, my girlfriend, you know, her and I are from the same generation, but she has never played a Call of Duty game up until Modern Warfare 2019. She wasn't like super into video games until, you know, she met me, and then she like really started playing Modern Warfare. And to
But,
her,
did she
all
ever?
those bundle packs to her where you buy cosmetics, to her that's normal. She's never played the older Call of Duties where it's like, you know, like when we were kids and you saw someone with a diamond camo and Black Ops, they didn't fucking pay for that shit. The
Oh,
reason
dude,
why they
yeah,
had it is
you're
because
like,
they were
that guy's
fucking
a fucking Sigma Chad.
yeah, and they fucking kicked your ass. Like, you know what? Every time you saw someone with, or like in Halo Reach, when you saw someone with the fucking Emil armor or the fucking the flames on their heads and shit like that, it's like, oh man, that guy's fucking, he's like super high level and he would fucking wipe you. You know what I mean? In the game. And nowadays, like with Halo Infinite, you have all these fucking people running around with fucking halos on their heads and fucking digital mohawks and all that shit's fucking paid for. You know what I mean? And,
See, my opinion on and this is all I'll say about it, my opinion on microtransactions is that if the game is free to play, I think it's okay to have microtransactions up the ass. Case in point, Fortnite. I actually think they deserve the money they get from that, because I have never seen a developer update a game as frequently and support it as much as they do. But kind of to what Moore was saying about, like, if you want to look like Deadpool, it doesn't affect me. I don't give a shit. But if it's a game that I paid for, I see it as they had this idea and then they chose to not put it in the game so that they could hopefully get more money out of me. And that's where I don't like it. Unless it's like a DLC. DLC is totally different. I think if a DLC is actually worth the price tag, that's okay.
You're 100% fucking right. Because case in point, when I play, Kat and I still play Black Ops Cold War Zombies, the open world one. I can't remember what it's called, Outbreak or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that was
it's pretty fun.
Idea.
Yeah. I actually, I really fucking like that game mode. But when I fucking go on there and I choose an operator, I have 4 fucking people to choose from. And since Kat's bought 1 million bundles, she has like 50 fucking characters she can choose from, and I have like almost no customization options because they want me to pay for it.
Do you think you'd have a heart attack if you could see how much money you've given her to spend on packs?
Oh, I've only given her like 20 or 40 bucks in total. I'd have a heart attack to see how much she spent her fucking self on it. Like, good God.
I'm probably just remembering it wrong, but like when I was living there, I just remember all the time.
Yeah, she would be like,
would you buy like, hey babe, the new pass came out. Can you like? And I was just like, oh Jesus. But anyway.
Oh God.
Okay, so we got majorly sidetracked. Back to the angel dust. So another thing that I was initially very excited about, but on further, contemplation, I'm kind of worried about is at the very end of the Starfield trailer, Todd goes, he zooms out on the planet that they're on and says, you can go anywhere on this planet, which first off, right there, I was like, oh, that's awesome. But I was also like, wait a minute, like how big are the planets though? Because if you're talking like anywhere on the planet, like let's use for example Sniper Elite 5 that has pretty decently sized maps per mission, is that like the size of a planet? Because like in Andromeda we had the kind of same situation. It was a pretty big area, but there was nothing really in it.
It's gonna be procedurally generated garbage, and I'm afraid of that.
But the way Craig, the way you say that, let me counter that with something that nobody ever really talks about. No, it definitely has to be, but something that nobody ever talks about is every single Bethesda game has had procedurally generated environments. Everybody thinks that they're entire. Look it up.
A lot of them were handcrafted.
Look it up. There is areas that were handcrafted.
You look it up.
And then the rest of the areas were procedurally generated together in most of their games, including Skyrim.
I can see the caves in Skyrim.
But my point is that a lot of their games have included procedurally generated stuff, so that doesn't necessarily right away mean
but they haven't had 1,000 different planets.
No,
they've had
and
caves that were procedurally generated.
And that's what I'm getting to.
The scale is what's getting me.
And that's what I'm getting to, is that the planet, let's, for all intensive purposes, let's say one planet is like half the size of Skyrim. Like that's pretty huge. So how is even the spacing of like me picking where the planet on the planet that I want to land is going to work? But also the fact that he zoomed out at the end of the video and said there's 7 planets in this system that you can do that to. And then he zoomed out even further saying that there are over 100 systems, which means over 1,000 planets. And then they had the highlight sizzle reel that showed a bunch of different environments. And granted, the environments looked really cool, but a lot of those shots showed empty environments from what I could see. And that's where I get worried, is because, there's definitely the possibility and almost the guarantee that there will be, the Fallout New Vegas situations where you find your millionth abandoned town, but there's one really interesting NPC in the middle with a really good story. So there's the possibility that on planet 563, I'm gonna have the coolest, hilarious, most memorable side quest experience. But more is not always better, and I'm the kind of person that
That's exactly right.
I love when game, like, you guys know me, when I love a game, I will play it to death. So the fact that there's that much to do in the game very much excites me, but it also very much worries me because I don't want to get into a situation where I'm on like planet fucking 63 and I'm like, I'm already extremely bored.
Here's what I'm
900
afraid
more
it's gonna
planets.
be. It's gonna be fucking Preston Garvey. There's another planet that needs your resources.
If that happens,
there's
I will lose my
999
goddamn
other
shit.
planets. That's what I'm afraid it's gonna be. And in that, you know, because there's gonna be certain NPCs on planets with a somewhat unique storyline, sure. But they're not going to be on every planet. They're not going to be on every other planet.
They wouldn't have the manpower to do that. That would take...
Yeah, that would take...
You would need hundreds of thousands of
supposedly
for...
10 years of conceptualization and
I don't
8 years of actual work, which is the exact 8 years is how long we had between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Or maybe it was Skyrim. I think it was Fallout. Yeah, it was Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. And you're exactly right, Moore. No, it did not. It was not what we were expecting. It was fun at first, but it was ultimately disappointing. And if that's the amount of years they put into a whole new game with over 1,000 fucking planets, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You keep saying 1,000 planets, and I fall back to the launch of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's another thing.
4 and some 6, and that worked well.
Yeah, and that's another thing that you mentioned more is a lot of people, when they saw that trailer for Starfield, they were like, is this No Man's Sky? Because, like, one of the first things you see in the fucking trailer is a dude walking around, he sees a couple of aliens, and then he starts mining. It literally looks like No Man's Sky until it gets to the combat and the NPCs, and then it's like, okay, it is a Bethesda game. But
no, it's different because you're looking for a space artifact. Ooh.
Yeah.
For my space dad, # Bethesda.
Well,
at least they keep it cool.
Some other things that they showed off were that the character creation is apparently the most in-depth character creation they've ever done, including up into the point where you can customize your walking style. That detail specifically kind of excites me a little bit because I've always thought, like you were saying, Austin, the characters move very old school 90s, like they just look weird. So maybe with the walking styles, maybe it was, you'd have to at least think they probably paid a little more attention to how people move. But when it comes to the character creation, like that's not something you can really get me excited about. I mean, during the Games Fest, they released a demo of the new Saints Row that was just the character creation. And I was like, who the fuck cares? Like,
well, think back to Fallout 4. What was the first trailer we ever got for that? It was 10 minutes of character creation. That's all it was.
It was
Todd tried to get us. He tried to get us pumped up over the fact that we could change our name to Mr. Fuckface.
Well, guess what, dude? It worked because that was like one of the most hyped trailers of all time.
But then look how the game launched. I guarantee the amount of players after a month it followed the same trajectory.
I can confirm though that shit was hilarious. I did a whole playthrough as Fuckface, and hearing Codsworth say Mr. Fuckface was hilarious.
Oh, there's even more shit I can't say on this podcast.
Well, and they also showed that the skills, the ranking system is going to be closer to Oblivion. Like, I know it was kind of that way in Skyrim, but, you know, when you use a skill more, that skill levels up. But they streamlined it a little more in Skyrim.
They made it where... Because in Oblivion, you had your major skills and your minor skills, and you had builds that you would accustom your character to. Right. And then in Skyrim, they're just like, every skill's a major skill.
And we won't know until we have it, but it sounds like they're going more for the Oblivion vibe, which is an overall good thing, because that was definitely more of an RPG than Skyrim.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is like, Fallout 4 is like, and especially Skyrim to a degree, they're more action games with a little bit of RPG elements sprinkled on top of them. Like, their games have gotten less complicated as the time goes on, because like I played through Morrowind a little bit ago, And do you know how many spells and schools of magic were in Morrowind that just straight up got cut out of Oblivion because they were like, oh, we decided we don't want that. Like in Morrowind, there used to be a spell you could use on yourself so you could fly everywhere. You could just fucking fly. And they were like, yeah, we want to cut that out of the game. And it's like, what? Like,
Yeah,
you're telling
it
me
didn't
you
make
give us the
sense.
ability to fly, and you're like, that's too fun. We want to cut that shit out of the game. And you know, I think the reason why they do that is they want to appeal to a more broader audience, but at the same time, it's just like they keep cutting stuff out, and I'm just worried with Starfield. I mean, you know, I'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it'll be a great game. I don't know, but
I hope.
I mean, I'm
do,
definitely I'm at the point where I am just completely apathetic to. I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but like when I see a new, like even when I saw the trailer for Stalker 2, a game that for the most part, I was kind of excited for. I saw the trailer and I was kind of like, cool. Like, it's for me, it's like I don't really get hyped for a video game until I'm there playing it and I'm like, holy shit, this game is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? And then I'll get fucking hyped for it. You know what I mean? Like
I've definitely gotten somewhat better at it. Like I still get hyped for games, obviously, but it's definitely significantly less than it was back when, you know, the era when we were getting trailers for Fallout 4 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything you showed me, I was like, well, dude, I'm so wrecked. I'm ready. Like,
well, and I think too, it ties back to what we were talking about earlier, greed. Like video games, we have been burned and fucked so hard by some of these developers that for me, it's gotten to a point where I'm like, I don't trust any fucking developer. I'm like, I don't fucking believe you about anything until I fucking have the game in my hand. Because to me, all they want from me is my money. They just
That's all
want
they need. Yeah,
Yeah.
they need that up front.
It was like
I feel like we were at a
$5
turning
in,
point
like,
in the
20
2010s.
seconds.
Oh.
What?
I feel like we were at a turning point in the 2010s where games were being released not finished, and we let them get away with it a couple times.
Yeah.
Under the guise if it's not going to stick, and now they realize that we're going to spend our money on games either way.
Yeah, they're like
50% known,
like,
however much at the time.
Yeah, why actually go through with all the work when
When it comes down to the like, okay, we're getting close to deadline. Instead of releasing this map as gameplay, DLC, here we go.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
the mentality has changed. It's no longer, hey guys, we're gonna make Ocarina of Time a complete game that doesn't need DLC because you're gonna love every minute you spend into it. And now we're gonna release a game where you're gonna enjoy 70% of the time, and then you're gonna be sitting there going, what happens next? And you're gonna have to spend money to figure out.
Just had to bring up Zelda, didn't you? Oh God.
No,
Yeah, can we play Tarkov at some point tonight?
We will.
Yeah, if they quit Tarking me, I got 27 minutes left to repair my game. I got Tarked before I even played it.
But some other things about Starfield that I wanted to mention is one thing that, to Craig's point, where he was, he's worried about the 1,000 planets. One thing that I'm hoping will, if we do end up in a situation, which I feel like is more than likely, where a lot of the planets feel kind of empty, is that something I did not enjoy in Fallout 4 or 76 was the building. Like, I didn't enjoy the building mechanics because, for one,
neither did I.
They didn't work well. So anytime I wanted to create something, the game just wouldn't allow it. But it just didn't seem like the game for it. The outposts, I feel like I'm actually kind of excited for them because it looks like maybe 30 times the charm. Maybe they actually get it down right, and they said that you'll be able to mine for materials and actually hire people to stay on them. So hopefully, I'm not saying it'll excuse the fact that there will be empty planets and stuff like that, but the fact that you'll be able to mine resources from certain planets might actually entice you a little bit more to explore to other planets, because I'm assuming there will probably be at least 50 plus materials and stuff that are only on certain planets, so maybe that'll incentivize you to go to the empty planets and set up an outpost there so you can get certain materials for gear and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, see, 'cause for me, like, I never like you were saying, Jake. I didn't like the Fallout 4 building mechanics. I think for me, it's just that's not what I play those games for.
No,
Like
absolutely
case in
not.
point, Skyrim had, I believe it was Hearth.
The Hearth and Home,
Yeah,
Hearth and Home,
I've
where you can
never
build your own
once
house.
done that.
Never, for some people like it. Case in point, my mom, she fucking loves that DLC. She loves buying the properties and then building her own house. That's fucking great. But for me, it's like, that's not what I play those games for. If I want to play a game where I build up a house and something, I'll go play Minecraft or Valheim.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's just not really what I play those
It's
games
not a
for.
survival game.
Yeah,
It's
I
not a game that's
I
meant
play it
for
for the RPG mechanics. Like, I can see my character getting stronger. I get better gear and better loot. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, see, like
going
the
into
Bethesda
cave,
games
it's like,
almost.
no, you're good.
As I say, they need to leave it up to the modders to add in building. So the guys who want to go and build their own house, if they find a piece of land they like, cool, go find a mod for it. But
Yeah, and you know what the
don't
sad
focus
thing is?
core gameplay time on it.
The modders would probably make it funner than Bethesda.
Yeah,
did.
exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Hearth and Home was fun for the first couple times. I love building that Falkreath house. And then you went, oh, it's the same house I built last time. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you go try and build, like, you have a vision in Fallout 4 of how to build up your town, and then you get a quarter of the way into it, and nothing works the way you want it, and you just say screw it and go back to doing whatever it was you were doing quest-wise.
Yeah, because Fallout 4 is building. Maybe I don't know if I was just being dumb, and maybe it's probably a huge possibility that I just wasn't understanding it. But it just seemed like glitchy, and like half the time it didn't fucking work. You know what I mean? Like,
I dare you to go
remember
lay two
hooking
fence
up-
pieces next to each other right now.
Yeah, and like I remember too the electricity. Sometimes I'd hook up power to something, and then that thing would be like, "Oh, you still have no power," even though the generator's running, and I'm like, "What? What?" Like, you know what I mean? It always felt. It felt like the building was this half-baked idea that they kind of tacked on. And, you know, maybe, hopefully with Starfield, they'll actually refine it more. But at the same time, even if they did, I don't know if I'd fucking care. You know what I mean?
I would have
Like,
been fine with it being a DLC like Hearth and Home.
yeah, like and for me personally, like when I play those games, like, well, Oblivion or Sky or the Elder Scrolls series, one of my first goals is, all right, let's save up enough gold to buy a house so I have somewhere to live. You know what I mean? Like, that's in a sense, like, that's just, to me, that's more what I'd rather do in Starfield. Is like, I'd rather just have a fucking apartment on the moon or something like that I could go back to, that's already made for me. But, you know, that's just me. That's just my personal preference. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that fucking love the building, and hopefully with Starfield, you know, they can actually really like nail down the building mechanics and expand upon it a lot more. But we'll just
I
have
hope
to see.
so, because I don't want it to be a system in the game that I just don't care about.
Yeah,
because Fallout 4, it was completely abandoned for me. I will admit, they released, what was it, the Vault 82 DLC or whatever it was, where you got to build your own vault, and I did spend a serious amount of time building my own vault, just because everything snapped together like a game building mechanic should go. I feel like snap is something you got to have in a lot of these games, because otherwise you just can't place things the way you want with the way they place
like
their invisible barriers for clashing and
people
everything.
just they just need to do what Minecraft did. Minecraft figured that shit out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, how to build. Like, just do fucking Minecraft's building mechanics.
They figured it out with 100 megabytes.
Yeah.
Well, and plenty of other games have done it flawlessly. Ark, The Forest, like
Valheim.
Valheim. So I don't understand how they just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Right, because those developers are working on The Forest.
Couple more things. The lock picking looks really lame. I'm hoping maybe, you know, that was just like a tease of it, and maybe it gets more complicated, but it is by far the easiest lock picking system I've ever seen in a game. Almost to the point where I'm like, we might as well have just stuck with the Skyrim lock picking system, because it looked so dumb. It's like, oh, there's 2 open spots on this circle. Take these lines and line them up. It's like, dude, a 3-year-old could do that.
Well, and they've been reusing the same lockpick system since fucking Fallout 3, and that's what's that's what's bugging me. Because I mean, maybe it's just me. I'm sure most people probably fucking hated it, but I loved Oblivion's lockpicking.
I did too. It was actually kind of difficult.
Yeah, like,
and it should be. You're picking a fucking lock.
Yeah, and like it actually, like, it made sense. Like, as you progress in lockpicking, your lockpickings would your lockpicks would break less frequently, and the pegs would move more slowly, since, you know, because from an RPG standpoint, if you're sitting there picking locks 8 hours a day, after a while you'll get a feel for it and be able to do it quicker and better. And it's like, yeah, I always loved Oblivion's lockpicking system. There was another. It was actually Elder Scrolls Online. They, I know it's not technically a Bethesda game. I mean, it's part of the same company, but it's ZeniMax Online. They kind of did it's kind of like the Oblivion lockpicking system, but different. And it was like the first Bethesda type game where I was like, even though it was an MMO RPG, so it played a lot differently than the single player games, I was like, oh fuck, that's refreshing, a different looking lockpicking system. And but yeah, well,
And then
I don't know.
There's no voice protagonist, which I think from what I understand, most of you guys are happy with that decision.
Yeah, for the most part. I didn't really like I don't know if it was the voice protagonist or if it just felt like the dialogue was too simple. Like you always had the same 3 or 4 basic choices, and then
The simplified dialogue for Fallout 4 was the dumbest decision they made in that game.
I agree with that. I think the dialogue was simplified, but me personally, I enjoyed having a voice protagonist, but that's just...
If you
I
go
really
on
don't
there-
know what it is. I enjoyed it personally, but I recognize the fact that it's not for everybody. Just like in Zelda, Link never has a voice, and if he did have a voice, I'd probably freak out.
well, yeah, because when you're playing Zelda, you're supposed to immerse you are Link. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the fact that the character's voiceless, it lets you sort of put in your own voice.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's what I do every time I play the older games where it's just there's no voice protagonist. I'm imagining my voice, or sometimes for fun I'll imagine Gilbert Godfrey's voice. But you know what I mean?
Change Ocarina of Time for me, thank you.
Oh god. But yeah, no, that's good, I guess. But I don't know. I really can't. I mean, we could sit here and speculate all day until we fucking bleed out of our assholes. But
Yeah.
until I have the fucking game in my hand and I can play it, I don't fucking know. And
Michael, Craig, you guys got something to say? You've been kind of quiet the past couple of minutes.
Not
Yep.
about this topic, really. I'm kind of in between on it.
Okay, well, the last two little things I wanted to say about Starfield, the last main topic, I guess, is it's actually something I kind of have a problem with. It kind of goes back to No Man's Sky. One of the big things about No Man's Sky was you can get into your ship, shoot off into the atmosphere, and then travel. But Todd very specifically said that space is, he didn't say these words exactly, but he basically said that space is a loading screen away. He thinks that space and planets should be they're almost like separate universes, so that when you get into your ship, you'll probably see a loading screen and then you'll be in space. And that, I didn't really expect it to, but that honestly kind of bugs me.
Well, I think they could do it more cleverly. What they're probably going to do is there's going to be a scene where you're shooting up out of the planet's atmosphere and you'll have wind in the clouds passing you, and that's going to be their load screen.
So we're
Kinda
getting
like
Destiny
Destiny,
load
yeah.
screens.
Yeah, kind of like Destiny load screens where you still seeing yourself moving and it's hidden behind a load screen. That's basic point. That's
I'd rather
what
have to fly myself to the next planet personally, even if I got to go find some.
Well, no, you
add
probably
jump points
will.
or whatever.
I'm saying there's probably the loading screen is going to be leaving the planet's atmosphere.
I want to be able to get space road rage trying to leave the atmosphere in rush hour.
Yeah, it just kind of bugs me. I feel like that's a tiny little immersion thing that we're gonna miss out on. I mean, complaining about it isn't gonna do anything. It's not like they're gonna change it, but it's just that kind of
Well,
bugs
and we'll
me.
have
I feel like they're weighing
we'll
immersion
see how
versus time spent.
We'll have to see how it's implemented too, because you
Yeah.
never know. It could be really flawless, where you're just leaving the Earth's atmosphere and then you're in space and you're like, oh, that was the loading screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what if you're in a situation where you're in a dogfight and you see a nearby planet and you have to shoot through the fucking planet's atmosphere to get to the planet to escape the gunfire and stuff like that? That's stuff we're just gonna miss out on.
Well, no, I think the idea would be more that they'd be on the planet too. Just as you're going into the Earth's atmosphere and your ship's burning, and you have all the fire on your ship, you're not going to be able to see anything because that's the screen is your
Right.
ship burning for a little bit. So hopefully it will be like I'm hoping that it's going to be like almost like a flawless loading screen because I can't think of any, but there are some games that have done that.
I hope so, because they're still in that camp of you walk through a door, you're gonna see a loading screen, which is we're getting to the point now too, especially where it's like that stuff's getting really old.
Well, yeah, and there's like mods for Skyrim too, where they did the open cities. You know what I mean? Where
Right.
like cities didn't have doors, you could just walk into the cities, and it's like, well, obviously the game is capable of doing that because modders figured it out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Wish I would have found that mod. That sounds epic.
It's just the cities, though. I mean, granted, if you want to go to Bellathor's General Goods Store or whatever in Whiterun, you'd still have that loading screen walking, into a shop. But yeah, it's just like the front doors of the town are just fucking open. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I usually have to install that mod when I play Skyrim.
Okay.
The only mod I ever install is the one that makes you fart shout.
Oh God, I
God.
love that one.
That's
When you
definitely my favorite
Fusro
mod of all
ass
time.
goes backwards. I
You just
fucking
Fusro people off the cliff with your butt.
Fusro, dang.
Okay, and the very last little bullet point on this topic is they said 2023, but do we think that's going to happen, or is there going to be another delay? Let's all vote on it. I say it's probably going to get delayed.
Yeah.
Either that or release broken.
Yeah,
No, it's still
I-
going to get released broken, but it's going to be delayed.
I
You
hope
know,
it
I
doesn't
don't-
get delayed, but I'm leaning more towards, it's going to be delayed. Otherwise,
I'm
I
not
feel like
sure.
they'd give us a concrete date instead of just saying 2023.
Oh, they haven't given us. I thought they did. I thought
No,
they
at
said-
the end of the
no.
trailer, it said 2023. There was no
Oh,
official date.
okay. Okay. Well then, yeah. I don't know. I mean, really, I think if we see another gameplay demo, maybe next summer. And because typically with most Elder Scrolls and Fallout games, they just release in November.
Yeah,
I was going to
so
say,
we're
I
lucky
think
for a
what they're
November
hoping
release.
for is November 2023, but they didn't
Yeah,
wanna say
and-
that just to be
and-
like, oh, it's going to get pushed to 2024.
So like, yeah, show me, not like what they did. I want to see uninterrupted, unscripted gameplay. Like a developer loads in and he goes around, he loots, he explores, he shoots stuff. Like, show me that. Because I think they did that with Fallout 4, didn't? Yeah. When they first
Yeah.
showed off it was just straight fucking gameplay, and this was more of a trailer showing quick snippets of gameplay, and it's like, well, even if your game's really fucking glitchy and half broken, you can get snippets of gameplay and make it look good.
Yeah.
True.
So I want to see some. That's what I want to see. I want to see like 20 or 30 minutes of raw, unedited Starfield gameplay. Let me see how the game feels, and then yeah. But if they got to delay it, fucking let them delay it. Give them more
All right.
time.
Well, any final thoughts on Starfield or any of the topics, boys?
Not for me.
Ugh.
All right. Well, it looks like that'll probably do it for, I think, episode 2 of Four Boys and Their PCs. Thank you again to Moore for randomly showing up and being our surprise guest. But that's gonna do it for us. And that's all I got for you. We'll catch you in the next one.
Whoa.